What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of the Bodacious Rant with
Hello,
Burn and
everybody. Yeah, exactly, Bern. It's a lovely week because Snyder Cut kicked off the movie season. So the next one to come out, which we're talking about today, everybody, is the big one, Godzilla versus
The
Kong,
big
which
one.
which I thoroughly enjoyed on HBO Max. What about you, Bern?
I did as well. I was one of those people. I watched it on HBO Max, and
Absolutely.
I wanted to see it on the big screen, but I don't know about that yet. But man, what a treat it was to just watch it from the comfort of my own bedroom.
Dude, I know. I was doing my Godzilla sounds and my King Kong, banging my chest in my room. Sure, it's weird, but who cares? I do what I want in my privacy. Um, yeah, no, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
Definitely.
Because I mean, I've been looking forward to it. I'm not going to lie. Who doesn't want to see King Kong and Godzilla unless you're a total loser, you know? But yeah, like I said, I was thoroughly, very surprised at how well it was. It was definitely not trying to, how do I put it? Like Godzilla and even Godzilla 2 tried to be a little too serious about it, where it was very like almost methodical, very scientific. This one was just straight up like, who cares? Just have at it.
Yeah, this one turned everything up to 11.
Yeah, it really did. The cast was, and it was nice to actually see a refreshingly good human cast. Not that I like Godzilla 1, even though they killed off Bryan Cranston super early, so that was a bummer. King Kong Skull Island, though, I know we were talking about that the other day, Burn. That did have the best like human characters for that one for sure.
Yeah,
with Sam Jackson, Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, John C. Reilly was the best character of that movie.
Yeah. John Goodman. We got the two guys from Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton.
I don't remember their names, but
Corey,
they were all really good.
God damn it, now I can't remember their names. Yeah, exactly. But this one was like a good mixture of both. And I'm gonna give my rating now just because the visuals were great. The fight scenes were fantastic with these giant behemoths of monsters, and the humans were solid. So I'm gonna give it a solid at 4.5 out of 5 rantings.
Yeah, I think I'm like right there with you. I don't do like points, but I'll just round it down to a solid 4 out of 5. Where I think the monster action here is like some of the best we've seen in the movies that have encompassed this monster universe so far. The humans for the most part were enjoyable. And when we get into a little bit more of the spoilers, I'll dig into deeper where I had my issues with it, because I definitely did. I think half the human story worked and half of it just didn't. And I think the movie kind of suffers from having a little bit too many characters that were just kind of like unnecessary. Like by the end of the movie, you're just like, well, they didn't need to be in there. But I mean, we're not here to see the humans. We're here to see Godzilla, and we're here to see Kong. And the movie just delivers in spades with these two characters. It is so well done. I just can't praise it enough. Like the visual effects were amazing, and the fight scenes were great. And thank God that they went back to the shooting style of more, Kong and the first Godzilla movie. Whereas I felt like King of the Monsters really didn't frame or shoot the monster fights all that well. So, it had the worst human characters and it had the worst fights, and I just did not like that movie at all. This one like made up for it essentially.
Yeah, no, I felt like they were a lot faster this time. We're in the first Godzilla, which is still kind of my favorite. Maybe by the time we're done talking about it, my opinion may change, but this one just felt much faster, more kinetic. Like it had a better flow to it, where the first Godzilla was great, but not only were they slower, it just visually was hard to see, especially when he was going against the two Mutos in San Francisco, because he basically blended in with the ash and the clouds and the dirt, the dust and stuff. So I thought that could have been done a little bit better. Kong had some great fight scenes as well, and King of the Monsters, they were great monster fights, but even then, the way they were shot and how kind of it just wasn't that good. King of the Monsters wasn't that good in general.
I was very disappointed by King of the Monsters.
Yeah, it definitely felt pretty flat for me, especially after how great Godzilla was, and even how good Kong was.
Yeah,
so those two are up there, but Yeah, like I said, it was nice to see, Kyle Chandler again, Millie Bobby Brown, with some new people as well, like Rebecca Ferguson, Alexander Skarsgård,
Mhm.
Brian Tyree Henry. It was and Aisa Gonzalez. I mean, she wasn't like a huge part of the story, but she was a interesting character. Um, yeah, like I said, I really liked it, dude. Should we jump into spoilers? We can talk about our favorite moments and whatnot.
Definitely. And
All right.
before we do that, everybody, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I mean, it's out in theaters, and if you can watch it safely, go and you're comfortable with it, do so. If not, you can definitely watch it from the comfort of your own home. It's so good. Like either way, just watch the movie.
This is definitely a movie I'm tempted to go see in the theaters. Oh, the puppies! You got to give puppies.
See, they're just in agreement.
Exactly. But, all right, man. I think they want to be on the show, Bern. I think they're jealous, which I'm sorry. That with the way they're acting, I don't think they'll be able to. No, we'll need to talk to their managers. But anyways, let's hop on to the spoilers. So, ladies and gentlemen, like Bern said, if you haven't seen it, please check it out as soon as you can, because it's definitely worth the watch, especially if you kind of want to see something fun, sci-fi, just want to maybe turn off your brain a little bit, because that's what this movie's perfect for, just to relax and then sit back and enjoy. But let's hop into the spoilers. Bern, what you thinking?
Let's get it.
You see, that's my Godzilla. That's my Godzilla roar. I think it was pretty good. Dude, let me just. I'm gonna start off by saying I think what was your favorite scene? Let's go there right now. What was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh man,
I mean, there are a lot of good stuff, but like
there's a lot of really good stuff. I mean, but it's really hard for me to choose between the Hong Kong fight between Kong and Godzilla, or the ending battle with Mecha Godzilla. Spoilers, we're in the spoiler sections, folks. Yes, Mecha Godzilla is in this movie, so those two fights in particular is really hard for me to choose between the two, because they're both so good. Not to say that the first one wasn't good, because the first fight on top of the carriers were great too.
It was so cool.
It's a lot of cool stuff. So I'm like, man, you're really like, it's a Sophie's choice. It's like both are very 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 good to choose between. It's just I can't choose it. But if I you had a deal, if I had to choose one, it's probably the round 2 fight between Godzilla and Kong in Tokyo, because just that neon lights was
Hong Kong,
great.
you mean?
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
You said Tokyo, but either way, don't worry about it.
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, where they just completely decimate the city.
Yeah.
That no one that was like did not evacuate, which was kind of funny, because we saw like people still like in the buildings after they said we're evacuating the city. It's like, then why are people still there?
Is it wrong that I thought of Batman vs Superman and I grabbed my rose and was like, in the name of the Father, our Lord and Savior? I'm being stupid, but
What
honestly,
about yours? What was your favorite?
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say the carrier one. I did love the other two
Really?
battles. Like Hong Kong was badass beyond belief, and Mecha Godzilla. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But not just the carrier thing. It hit me in a certain way. Like seeing Godzilla in his native element, just kind of. It was like Jaws, man, where he was just relentless, just keeps swimming around. Like
he definitely had the advantage in that fight.
Like the part where the ship gets hooked onto his spikes and Kong is just kind of tracking as it goes down. He like roars at it at the water and he just pops up just to mess with him. It was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Like, I don't know. It just got me so pumped. But yeah, I think that the carrier fight won it for me. That was just perfect war on the ocean and just having at it. And my boy Godzilla, he fucked him up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and that's one of the things too that I'm glad that the movie did. There was a definitive winner between the two, and it was
absolutely, it was Godzilla.
I mean, I was like going into like there's no way like Kong could win. Like Godzilla literally took a nuclear bomb to the face and it made him stronger. Like it's like there's nothing that can compete against him. And going into the movie, I thought, okay, it's gonna be one of those versus things where it's like, okay, Godzilla is clearly overpowered. Like then for some reason they're gonna make Kong win. It's just like one of those things, kind of like the Batman and Superman argument. One is clearly overpowered, but they always make the other guy win to make it interesting. So I'm kind of glad that they were like, no, Godzilla is king of the monsters here.
Yeah, I did like he's still king. I don't know. Kong, he had him on the ropes a bit, especially when I had his spike axe, essentially, the Godzilla spike, the club axe thing. And I mean, that's essentially how he would have won. If he had a couple more good shots on Godzilla, he would have had him right there. I mean, we kind of saw that with the Mecha Godzilla fight. Like that's how he would have essentially taken him out. But that would be pretty gruesome to see our boy Godzilla go down like that. Just because it's like
chopped up. Like, oh no.
I mean, I've already seen a lot of horrible things happen to heroes this last week, so I don't want to. I can't lose another hero, Bern. You know what I'm talking about. Too.
I do.
You cheeky bastard. Now, before I guess we move on and stuff. Yeah, actually, what was the human element that didn't work for you? I'm gonna guess. Was it Millie Bobby Brown and her? Was it her storyline, or which one didn't work for you?
Yeah, it was definitely that storyline in particular where, they're going through this thing, they're sneaking in through all these like really secretive, high security places. Like where's the security here? Like they're just walking around these hallways and not getting caught. And the whole plot line, like I get it, is for the audience to kind of see what Apex is up to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like at the end of the day, all they end up doing is spilling a drink on a console.
That part I was like, really? But again, that's why I was kind of like, this is a movie to turn your brain off when you have something like that. Just spill everywhere and that'll ruin the satellite connections. Like that's not how it works. That's not how technology should work, at least. I mean, the connection's still gonna be there, but
yeah,
whatever.
It's like just because I pour water on my laptop, my Wi-Fi doesn't all of a sudden go out.
And I thought Aisa Gonzalez and that other actor who was the head of Apex,
Damian Bashir.
I thought there was a little too one-dimensional, where they're just pure corporate monsters that don't care about anything. They just want to get theirs and get out. So when that part on the Hollow Earth where Kong just has her staring at her like little gravity ship, and she's like, no. I was like, ha, well, my God. Just like, there you go. That's trash. I thought that was a pretty fitting end to a villain. Anyways, what else? Was there anything else that didn't work for you, Bern?
Yeah, it was like just when I mentioned like characters that really didn't need to be in the movie and all, as much as I like what is that kid's name? Julian Dennison, the kid from Deadpool 2. The kid from Deadpool 2 and Hunt for the Wilder People. He was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Kyle Chandler, as much as I love him, did nothing in the story.
I agree with that.
I don't know if you noticed, but Lance Reddick was in the movie too. The dude from John Wick. He's there and he literally says one line.
Funny thing, I was reading on that. Apparently, Adam Wingard, he was supposed to be in it much more. Actually, so was Jessica Henwick and that one girl from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I can't quite say her name, but she was in the last one as like those twin sisters who knew.
Oh, yeah.
They were supposed to be in it, but Jessica Henwick was never to be seen. I don't even know if she was credited, to be honest, and neither was that other actress. And Lance Reddick, I guess he had more lines in it, but because he's like an indie director and had to do like a few reshoots, they kind of just tweaked it around where, he was only in it for that part. And I thought, I don't know how I feel about it, because I would like to know because he was the head of Monarch. That's his role.
Yeah,
so
right?
And that whole part with him and Kyle Chandler in Hong Kong was like a little out of place. I just kind of felt like you just took out a really cool actor. But I guess if it fit the storyline and made this movie great, fine, I'll accept it. But I just it makes me think like how much more crucial would it have been, or it's like not even have any of that in there. Just I would mind if it's just Brian Tyree Henry, because I think that would have been a lot better, because I really liked his character, how he's like
I did like his character too.
A whistleblower podcaster. I thought he was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. It turns out all his conspiracy, the big one in the movie is correct.
Yeah. But Rebecca Ferguson won it for me. Her and that young actress, that deaf actress, were fantastic. I think if it was just them two, then I would been like, that's fine, because they make this movie work.
Yeah, and that was the half of the story that I was referring to. Kong's storyline that was really the driving force of the movie, because this is more, if you were to say whose movie it was more Kong's movie
Oh yeah, it was
than
definitely his
Godzilla.
sequel for sure.
Yeah, which makes sense, of course, because he's only had one movie and Godzilla's already had two, so it's like the way that they chose to focus on Kong, I thought that was a smart choice. And then actually giving him something to do. We're finally gonna get payoff to this whole Hollow Earth theory that we've been hearing about.
I thought that was really cool how they did that too. How it's basically Skull Island, but all underneath like the Earth, Middle Earth, essentially. So I was thinking, where's Gandalf and Sauron? Because they're missing in action in Middle Earth. So I really like that scene. It would have been cool if there were other apes, because I know they hinted at that at one, or they lied to him, and that would have been nice to see. But at the same time, Kong and Godzilla are the last of the last, so just keep
Yeah,
it that way. It makes it easier
it's
for
just kind of like
everybody.
one of those things that I guess you could say like bonds them, just them both being the last of their kind.
The only thing also, the couple things before we finish up, Sarah Zawa, the guy who was working with Damien Bashir, that's supposed to be Ken Watanabe's son, but there was no acknowledgement of it or anything.
Yeah,
And I
right.
thought
Because
that was a
they
little
did say his
weird.
last name, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's his son then, but yeah, they like you said, they don't make any reference to it at all, like during the movie.
No, and I looked it up too. I wanted to like see, is this just another guy who happened to be a Sarazawa name, or is he actually related to him? And by all accounts, I found that yeah, he is his son, but that just never came to fruition. So that was again a little weird choice.
Yeah,
But
and it kind of
Mecha
sucks for like
Godzilla,
that legacy, where like so
yeah,
his father was like really pro Godzilla and stuff, and then his son is like
just a dick
anti them. It's
child.
just like, okay, this like why?
Yeah, and it killed him essentially,
Hmm.
electrocuted. So that's that he got the chair, as they say. Um, how'd you feel about Mecha Godzilla's design?
His design, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
fine with it. I'm not really a stickler for designs or anything. Like it served its purpose, which
yeah.
was like a formidable enough enemy to have these two titans team up to kill it.
I thought, yeah, I mean, like I didn't really care if he was it. I mean, I've only really seen him in Ready Player One when it was just like, I forgot that guy's name, but he used him as like the mecha to fight uh the characters and stuff. But
Oh, that's right.
besides that, I was like, I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it because it's been teased. I've already seen Funko Pops like weeks before. I tried to ignore them and stuff on Instagram, but I was like, God damn it. Well, that gives it away.
I
So
think
thanks a
it had been
lot.
like spoiled even like as far as a year back, because
Yeah.
since it got pushed, there was like a lot of like toys and merchandise that were being made, and people kind of got an idea what it was going to look like.
Yeah, and then I mean, when we first did our trailer reaction too, we kind of saw a bit of that scene where we
Mhm.
saw the red in his throat and stuff. So it's been hinted at, and it made sense for a great final battle between the three of them. And I
Yeah.
like that they came to like a mutual understanding of like, I'm like Godzilla's like I'm still the boss, but I'm like a warrior. I'm gonna let you live, kind of thing. Like you earned that right to do that. So I thought it was badass. I was like, mad respect, mad respect, Kojira. I love it. Anything else that stood out to you about the movie that you absolutely, just want to rave about, Burn?
I mean, the monster action was dope. And then
Yeah.
enough can't be said about that. Like, congrats, like big round of applause to the visual effects team, because they really knocked that out of the park with
Yes.
this one.
I'm doing my little golf clapping. Yes.
But yeah, just like that, the whole fights between Kong and stuff. There was a lot of personality to the individual monsters, and it really shone through. So like just them giving them each their own very specific character, which was true to what we've seen before in the other movies. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, like their fighting wasn't just typical, just throwing each other around and doing stuff. Like Godzilla fought like a serpent should, like snapping at him, just keep going at him, trying to choke him in the water. And Kong was just a straight up brute, man. He was just relentless too. So I definitely agree with you on that. That it was like they had their own. They really showed each other's character when they fought. So again, Adam Wingard, the writers, fantastic job. I mean, again, I know we were poking through the holes at it, but honestly, I could care less. It's still a great movie nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, no movie is gonna be like absolutely perfect, but this movie definitely hit it out of the park more than it whiffed it.
I mean, I know you say no movie, but Snyder Cut is still up there. Not trying to take down the goodness of this, but I'm just being honest here. I've watched the movie like 50,000 times already.
Oh my god.
I've seen the movie 13 times since I was 10 years old. No kidding. You must be on crack. Oh man, but I got nothing else to rave about this movie. Well, what about you, Bern? You good?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I've already said enough about it. It's a fantastic time. Again, it's on HBO, so it's like you can watch it at your leisure. I've been watching it like over and over again. Just at least the monster fights. So it's like definitely a big recommend.
Absolutely, yeah. And honestly, I think I may go see this in theaters too. I'm gonna try and spring for that. Go see it in IMAX and everything, so we can get the experience. Is it better at home? Is it better in the theater? Stuff like that. But I can't wait for Mortal Kombat in the theater, though. I'm gonna say that right now before we leave.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff coming up, and hopefully with the turn of the year, we'll be able to watch movies in theaters more often.
Absolutely, Burn. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, and has been raving about, please check it out. If you have HBO, definitely watch it. It's free. If you don't have HBO, find someone who does, or if you're up for it, go to the nearest theater, mask up, get some snacks, relax, all that good stuff, and enjoy it. That's all I can say. But until next time, my brother, like I said, Mortal Kombat's coming up in a couple weeks, so I can't wait for that.
Absolutely.
April Fools too, so this whole review is April Fools. Oh my God, imagine.
Oh no. No. We wouldn't do that. We're not that bad.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, my dude.
All right, man. I'll see you on the next one.
Yes, and everybody stay bodacious and keep on ranting.